It's time for the next part of our program, The Magnificent. In a dynamic setting, The Magnificent will share best practices on transformations and innovations, how to reduce pain and how to create gain. In this part, the first two of The Magnificent will join us on stage for a high-speed Q&A moderated by Mr. Mark Schuring from BCG and our very own Rob Bijleveld. Over to you, Mark and Rob.
Back again.
Back again.
Back again. So, just to give a little context on the discussions we will have, I got a slide here. Right. Can we pop that up? Right. No. That's an old one, right?
Already talked about this one.
Yep, there it is. All right, Bionic Framework. So it's all about the business outcomes steered by technology, human, and of course in the center your strategy and purpose, right? That is where it's all about, right? And what we're trying to do now is each and every magnificent discussion is that we will highlight one of the 8 blocks, so to speak, right? Actually, and in this case, it will be a discussion with ING and PwC about personalization, customer experience, and relationships. So let me welcome 2 fine ladies. Suzanne de Wit and Remi Hesterman. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Morning.
So just to kick it off, Suzanne, why was shutting down the mainframe, ING's IT core, so important?
Well, if you look at ING, it has a very clear business vision on where everything needs to be real time, it needs to be digital. But in order to achieve that for your customers, you need your IT landscape to support that and facilitate that. And when we looked at a few years back, when we looked at our IT landscape at the moment, we found there was a gap. And there were either 2 things that we could do, either invest heavily in the current landscape or build something new. A second thing, of a second important reason, was the knowledge that we had of the current applications. We saw that the people that were building the applications or had built and run them for a couple of years were retiring, and we find it very difficult in order to get new, younger people in to take over from them. So I think those were the 2 most important decisions or reasons to decide that we needed to decom the mainframe and applications on it.
And what made that migration so difficult then?
Well, I think the reason it was difficult because it was 40 years of applications and building upon these applications. So I think we started, it was approximately 250 applications. We had the payments engine running on it, we had our customer information on it, we had other product engines on it, and they were very much built together, they were very much intertwined. We had a lot of syncs of data in order to support different customer processes. We had new applications that were not on the mainframe but was still using information from the mainframe. So we had to completely disentangle everything while still running it because we also had our bank running on it.
So we're talking 2 very different architecture paradigms,
Yep.
2 very different age groups and culture groups.
Yep.
How did you keep those together during the migration work?
Well, I think you have, let's just say, the new technology with the younger people, but you have very much the people from, let's just call it the current applications. But they have also seen the bank for 40 years, and they know the situations, they know what the customer wants, they know the reasons why we build it like they build it. So we really needed to put them together and make sure that it had to be a common ground. That it had to be a team effort. And I think we pretty much succeeded in doing that.
Yep. Well, let's move over to Remi. So what was your contribution here?
Well, our contribution was that we came in 2017. And we said basically as a community of solvers, because that's how we see ourselves at PwC, we said, okay, so first let's start with the integral overview of the full landscape, because we were, just like Suzanne was saying, we basically and almost hit the full bank. It was 24 out of 32 tribes that were impacted. So we said, first we need a very good understanding of what actually is running, not only from a technical perspective, but also from a functional perspective. How does this bank actually work? And we started by doing that and then slicing it all the way down to the features that were on it. And basically for every single feature, together with ING, we found solutions to migrate away from the mainframe. Because this was not so much about the mainframe itself, it was much more, just like Suzanne mentioned, the spaghetti of applications that has been built on top of that for over 40 years. So we had to basically disentangle everything, and then feature by feature by feature, we said, okay, here's the solutions together with the ING architects. We went for decision making, and then we facilitated the execution across the complex chains of the bank, because these chains cut through the bank across the domains and across the tribes. So I think, in a nutshell, that's what PwC together with ING did.
Right. And here's the second time spaghetti, right, today? Oh,
We like spaghetti. We highlighted that the second area is personalized customer interactions, new customer interactions. So now that the mainframe is gone, what is the coolest thing the ING customers now have and experience?
Well, I think one of the things that we're very proud of is our app. And I think if you do a transaction or where you can pay and how you can pay is something that I don't think that we could have done it with the applications on the mainframe. We would have come quite far, but I think the ability that we can do to build upon the digital journey for our customers is also partly because of this migration.
right.
Thank you. So, Remi, Suzanne, next step in the development of the relationship, where will you go?
Well, for now, we have worked with each other for many years, I would say, very intense, on a daily basis with the teams. So we said, okay, we successfully powered down the mainframe. ING did that. ING did all the heavy lifting, by the way. They executed on the change. They had the vision. They had the bold decision making to actually do this, and the stamina to make this work, because it took many years, of course. So for us, PwC, we facilitated it. And for now, I'm perfectly happy drinking a wine every now and then with Suzanne, and look back and reflect a little bit on how we did it.
Right. So, Suzanne, what would you give the audience as an advice in terms of how that relationship develops and where you are, right?
Well, I think it's important that you keep a view on your landscape and that you really have the vision on where to go, how to support your business, and how to keep your people close to you. Because I think that's also important, that to really value the people that you have, the knowledge that they bring.
Right.
And use that.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Ladies, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a great day.